the Shield. What an incredible impression they've made since your debut, and kind of captured magic that's pretty rarely seen in a debut. What's the secret behind the Shield?
I mean, kind of a lot of it's pure luck. I mean, we didn't know we were going to have the kind of chemistry that we have until we felt it, in the ring, on TV in front of people. And I think that's a lot of the reason people like it, is because they saw us grow and form and become the Shield in front of them, because it's been an organic kind of ongoing process from day one. Because of
Yes!
Come on, I'm doing an interview over. Anyway,
Who is that?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's been an ongoing process from day one, where we've been evolving in front of the crowd. So I think they've started to get with it because they've seen us. They've seen us evolve and stuff. So I mean, it's chemistry that you can't plan for that kind of stuff. And a lot of it was very lucky, but at the same time, from day one when we got a lucky opportunity, we all knew we were like-minded guys who only had one goal, and it was just to be the best and to take over stuff. And the thing about us is that we don't care, and we have that kind of attitude of we're not here to tiptoe around and try to be good boys, and hopefully we get a raise, and hopefully we get a promotion. We're like, screw this, we're taking this over because we know how good we are. We all have that same mindset. So from day one, it was kind of like a pact between the three of us.
Yes!
We'll fight the battles.
Yes!
Fight the battles we need to fight together, and have each other's backs, and we'll go in there and take over the whole industry. And if it means people don't like us, we don't care. And the goal for us is to just scorch the entire earth and dominate the entire industry. And it's just the three of us standing on top of the hill. And then when that day comes, that's a good thing. So I mean, that's the goal from day one, is to just take over the entire industry. Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like there's been any kind of stop-start pushes. It feels like the company's got behind you from the start, and you've just remained strong throughout, which is quite important, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of this week we gotta really make sure we get this happening, and this week there's times where you're the main focus of stuff, and there's times where you're not the main focus of stuff. But I think the company's found that they can rely on us, and I think they've come to rely on us, especially on TVs and on pay-per-views and on live events, especially because every single night of the week, no matter what it is, no matter how many people are there, no matter if it's pay-per-view, TV, live event, whatever it is, we're going out there to tear the house down every single night, because it's a pride thing with us. If you're the Shield guy, you're going to go out there and outwork everybody, and you don't take nights off and go out there and tear it up, and it's like a pride thing. So I think the company has come to rely on us. Shawn, me and Seth were having a conversation with Shawn Michaels a few months back, and I don't remember what we were talking about exactly or how it came up, but he was. I think he was telling us a story about somebody. He says, they'll always come back to the guys who can work. Yeah. And I think that's what we found is no matter what, that we don't sweat about, the little things, because at the end of the day, they're always we've carved out our spot to where we're relied on to go out there and tear it up every single night. So, and that's the niche we've built. And it's a really good foundation to build on for the future.
And is somebody like Shawn Michaels an inspiration to you? Because your kind of styles are similar, and he's such a workhorse in the ring, isn't he?
Oh yeah, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, those kind of guys, Four Horsemen, those are the kind of guys that we like to look at as like a work ethic in the ring every single night. They brought to the table, never taking nights off, and just going out there and just doing it every single night. Yeah. So all those guys from that other era. There's a lot of old school that's not. There's a big lack of old school nowadays. It's funny because nowadays we celebrate the past so much, especially with the network and the inherent access and all the, looking back at history and stuff. But I think there's a distinct lack of old school and the attitude around here that I think we're trying to bring back a little bit. and you know, a lot of that is, you know, behind closed doors, kind of mafia type stuff, you know, that the fans won't get to see, and a lot of it is like what they do see in the ring. And at the end of it, I think you know, it's about like passion and work ethic and stuff like that. And I think that, you know, it's a big part of the thing we're trying to. It's another thing that's like it's all happening in front of the audience, you know, because I mean, you can say like, okay, we're gonna have 3 guys, we're gonna make them evil cops and give them a shtick, and you know that was what we started with, but because of the people involved and just having that same mindset and going out there with that attitude, it's evolved and grown into a thing where, like, you know, being in the Shield and doing this and this means something, and it's like a pride thing, and you know it means something to us now. We're trying to like carry on, you know, older traditions and stuff, and you know, like 20 years from now, when you think of like, oh, you know, I remember, you know, be like, oh yeah, I remember I used to watch wrestling. I used to watch that Shield. You know, when people talk about, like, oh, yeah, my grandmother used to take heart pills because, you know, watching Ric Flair and stuff like that, you know, like, we want people to look back and be like, oh, I always remember the Shield matches, you know, like, so that's our goal. Well, one of them.
I had the pleasure of watching you guys versus the Wyatts at Raw a month ago. I was there live, and then previously to that, you had that incredible match at Elimination Chamber, where the crowd were chanting, "This is awesome," before you'd even touched each other. I can't recall that ever happening. Are they kind of favourite opponents for you guys?
Oh, anytime we're in there with the Wyatts, it's a lot of sparks flying and magic and chemistry, and I think a lot of that is like just lucky by accident, because, you know, we were a young, new 3-man unit that, you know, destroyed everybody, and then they came a little bit later and we're a young 3-man unit and they destroyed everybody. So it was like an instant little kind of dream match thing, and we were able to not be on the same screen for so long that when we finally did, it's like comic books. It's like Walking Dead versus G.I. Joe or something, you know. So I mean, it was like, it kind of lucked into it, you know. Luckily we were able to do it, you know, and I feel like we're probably going to do it again. So yeah, it's one of those things you can't really like plan, you know, it just like happens. But anytime it's just like, people love gang warfare, and people love, you know, those fantasy, you know, crazy comic book superhero fights with all the different characters and everything, you know. So it's just yeah, it's just like a magical kind of thing we lucked into, you know. It's unique because it's not like, you know, like a Hogan and Andre or Brett and Sean, like a one-on-one face-off kind of thing. It's like a crazy group versus a crazy group, you know, like the West Side Story kind of thing. You know? So it's cool.
It's awesome. And just speaking about WrestleMania 30, another 6-man tag, Shield versus the Kane and the Old Age Outlaws. What are your tactics in that match?
I think it's just straight ahead, scorched earth, like destroy, and just like it's gonna be a statement WrestleMania for us. It's gonna be like a thing that we're going out there to make one statement, and that's just like, we are this company. We are the best guys in this company, and everybody else move over and kind of move along these guys and sweep them out and set the stage for, you know, the next year.
I think a lot of people would agree with that and look forward to it. Lovely to meet you.
Thank you.
Good luck. Have fun on
Appreciate it.
Sunday.